we do have some interesting information regarding some big theater. There are a lot of people right now that are trying to get all of the political stunts that they can to get as much camera time as they can before the 2028 presidential election cycle. They're trying to do whatever they can as well to signal to the Democratic Socialists of America crew that they are one of them, that they should be accepted and appreciated. One of these individuals is Khanna, who went over to the West Bank near Nazareth and entered a restricted military area and was then stopped by the Israeli Defense Force, who got out and on their backs was slung M4s, the M4 carbine, and this freaked Khanna out. And so he posted this very, very emotional series of tweets. Israeli settlers brandishing American-made M4s detained me and other Americans on my trip to Palestine. Hold on, gotta clutch the pearls here. When the IDF arrived, they sided with the settlers and continued our detention. They made a huge mistake. You will be hearing more soon. And then he hit all of the media. So what actually happened here, the best that we can ascertain, he entered a restricted military area. No one brandished a weapon at him. We have the footage from several different angles. And all of those pearls Khanna was clutching, pretty much for nothing, because he chose not to coordinate. There's just random vehicles driving around an area where there is routinely terrorist activity. It's not as though they called and said, hey, I'm an American congressman, and this is my group of Americans, and we're going to be moving around the area documenting things. No, it was called in. The IDF went out, and they weren't detained ad infinitum ad nauseum. That's not what happened. So I want to move into a couple of these things a little bit sooner. Khanna got out there and gave the whole, I'm safe, thank you so much for asking questions. I was so scared.
Hi, I'm home safely, and I just wanted to thank everyone who reached out. Honestly, it's still quite raw, and I'm still processing things.
It's still quite raw. Oh, no. It's terrible. I happened the last time that I was over in the Middle East, I visited the UNIFIL checkpoint between Israel and Lebanon that the United Nations was running. And guess what? Weapons were not only drawn, they were pointed at us until they ascertained we weren't terrorists. We got out of the vehicle, we showed our identification, and still they had the weapons drawn at battle ready across the chests the entire time that they were there. All of the photos and video of Khanna, they weren't like going all arms in tactical, held up at gunpoint by Captain Bryson Soap. That's not what's happening here.
Replaying the images of the armed settlers who detained us and the
his entire really
IDF soldiers
retarded life flashing before his eyes.
Our van.
Oh,
It was quite scary. But, I also have just been thinking about all the Palestinians I met and their stories. They don't have the platform I do.
Yeah. I'm just going to share and to show. That goes on for another 2.5 minutes. And to prevent you from stabbing scissors into your ears, I will show you a little bit more here. He does several pre-prepared videos for these things. What happened to me in the West Bank was an outrage. But nothing compared to what Palestinians face every day. It's time to share their story. So again, it's the very basic alliance nonsense. I'm not exactly sure what this is going to do for the midterms, but best of luck to you. Best of luck to you with this. I don't believe it's going to be as effective as he believes, because people at home, they have receipts. All right. I believe the radio crew is now back with us from their commercial break. How do you know that all of this is done? How do you know that all of this is popping? Well, because he comes home and then Khanna gets fact-checked right on Fox immediately.
Did you really not know that going into a restricted military area guarded by local security forces was going to result in your entourage getting stopped?
It was not an area that was restricted by military. American Congress people had been there before. We went with...
This is the same ICE thing, because we're going to get to this with Maine here in a minute. Oh, Congress people have been there before. I am a member of Congress, and I am allowed to go anywhere, everywhere, all the time.
Prior coordination, sir.
The Fox host points out accurately, with prior coordination. By the way, I've done some of the checking. including with the staffers of Democratic congressmen and women, when they coordinate with the associative governments of both the West Bank and with Israel, they will be allowed and made very clear and safe. You know what would really not be good? Khanna getting shot. Why? Because he's a U.S. congressman. The idea that you as a congressman is like, I'm going to go here and I'm going to do what I want. You go, girl. No, you're a congressperson. We really do not want to see your blood spilled on foreign soil. That's not exactly a thing that Americans are looking for. And do I like Khanna? No, I don't want to see, again, because of his stupidity, to go posture before the world. And what is this really about? You know what it's about. It's all about race baiting. So again, Hasan Piker has him on because he got to do his little pity tour. And he says, you know what? Hasan Piker says, I don't know if you know this, Khanna, but you're brown. Incredible. Groundbreaking stuff here in the midterm year.
You're a brown man in America.
Oh, you thought I was joking? No, really. You're a brown man, says Hasan Piker. Incredible.
Man in America. It's not like America has been all too kind to brown folk. You're from Pennsylvania, and you're saying that this was a different kind.
I want to roll that back. Hasan Piker says you're a brown man in America, and then says America has not been all too kind to your people, to your color, whatever. Khanna's net worth, his media net worth, is estimated at approximately $232.7 million. He is one of the wealthiest members in Congress. I'm so tired of that. Michelle Obama comes out like, no one ever lets black women complain. I have it really tough. She was the first lady of the United States. Kamala Harris, no one wanted me because I'm a black woman. She was not only the nominee to be the president of the United States, she was the attorney general of California and then the senator for California. Oh, the horror. You're a brown man. You probably have it so terrible, says former fat little rich boy Hasan Piker.
That I believe you said something along the lines of you had never recognized your skin color as much as you did when you were traveling through the West Bank.
I've never felt my race as much as I did in the 3 days I was in the West Bank. Never.
Why? I thought the United States was the most racist place in the entire world. You're saying I never felt my race. What race? I'm sorry. Isn't Khanna like? Isn't he like Indian ethnically? What do you mean felt his race? What did he stop for curry? What are you talking about?
You know, when I grew up in Pennsylvania in Bucks County,
he stopped for Pennsylvania. He grew up in Pennsylvania. How many Amish bakeries are there in the West Bank? What are you talking about?
it was a middle class upbringing.
Middle class upbringing. Yes. I love it so much. So he's being relentlessly mocked for that.